Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast, episode 110 for Tuesday, the 15th of February 2022. I'm your host, Mark Webb, Gamertag Piss and Lee Steam ID, Webby360G, and joining me on this very fine evening is...
Back for 1 week only, it's Mr. Peeves.
Trying to catch them all, Nick Fights.
Still here from last week since they switched.
Do you know what I've realised?
You've not pressed record.
Oh no, I've pressed record.
Oh.
This episode is our 14-year anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah, 14
Almost on the 14th.
years. How mad is that?
I didn't get you anything.
Well, I only just realised, so it's fine.
Oh, we both forgot.
Yeah, 14 years on and off. Like 4 different names. We've quit the podcast God knows how many times.
I was going to say, how many incarnations has there been?
Yeah, 14 years. Crazy.
There's been 4 different names.
No, we went from 360G to Mojo Radio, then I did a little bit of Mark's Gaming Den, and then back to 360 Gamercast again.
Yeah.
Even though Mark's Gaming Den still lives on YouTube, when I do a video, do 1 or 2 videos a year, when I can be bothered. Yeah.
No commitment, mate.
It's a tough, mate. Busy life, you know. Busy. Anyway, it's been a good week for gaming on my end, which I'll talk about last. But since you're back from getting drunk, Peebs, which you seem to do a lot, I thought that would be nice if you go first, because I know you've been playing a few video games.
Yeah, I've not been on at all today, because I was just saying to the boys before we switched on, we went out, took the missus to a first ever posh game yesterday, and we was out from 12 dinner time in the pub, and then we didn't get in until about 12:30 last night.
Wow.
We caught the bus wankers. It's cheaper than a taxi. It's cheaper than a taxi, because I'm in like 15 miles outside of the centre of Peterborough, and so we catch the bus, but we got to return, and the last bus back from Peterborough to where I live was 8:15, and we missed it.
8:15, that's early, isn't it? Bloody hell.
Yeah.
You missed it by 4 hours.
Yeah, well, we was in the pub and we met up with some people we hadn't seen for a while, and we just got in there and was like, well, it's 7:45 now, we need to be leaving if we're going to catch this bus. And was like, no. It was nice and warm in the pub and the drinks were flowing, so we said, oh, we'll just have to get a taxi. It was £25 to get a taxi back.
Oh,
25 bloody pounds.
well, posh man, Peebs, that's nothing for you, is it, mate? So that's fine.
But gaming wise, I haven't been on for so long. I'm not going to list off every single bloody game, because otherwise it'll be all night. But to list off the ones that I've been sort of playing mostly.
Yep.
I think last time I was actually still playing. Well, I started Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah.
But I think when last time I was saying I was getting a bit bored of it, but it was just so big and overwhelming. I had to put it down for a bit.
Yeah.
Gone back to it, and I'm absolutely loving it. Downloaded both sets of DLC because it was in sale. I think I got it for about £9. It was on sale a little while back. But yeah, I've done the main campaign, the main base game. Even though there's still shitloads to do on there if you want. Over treasures and world events and all the river raids. The river raid is doing my head in though, because I wanted to get the St. George's.
Oh, right, yeah.
Got the shield, but I haven't got any of the others, because every time I go do a river raid, I can't seem to, because you have to do so many raids and try and find the notes to give you the clues for the treasure, but I can never seem to find them. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong on that or not, but
just have a look on YouTube or something. It's probably the best. But I know with a lot of the gear stuff, I think it's just randomly found in the military.
Yes, that's because I did try and YouTube it, and they were saying a lot of it's generated randomly. So it's just a case of having to just grind it out and keep going to the river raids and going to find the monasteries or the base things, and then that's where they generally are. But yeah, it gets a bit long-winded But I did really want to do that before I went and did the first set of DLC, but I didn't. I gave up and went to nearly finished the was it the Druids, the one in Ireland? I think I've nearly done that one now.
That's going to be quite long, isn't it?
Yeah, sort of. There's a bit of grinding because like you have to get the Dublin base to a level 5, don't you? There's a bit of grinding. You have to go and do all these little quest things and to build it up, and then you have to set them trade posts.
Sacred Jedi texts. You put random in.
But I just the whole game. I love it. I managed to find the Excalibur sword, and so I'm looking at. I've got Thor's hammer as well. There's so much to do in the game. It's just really well done. I know at first it had a lot of bugs, didn't it? But I've not really encountered too many. I had to restart my Xbox the other day actually because I jumped up onto to climb up a wall and it got stuck on like a fire pit thing by the door and it just would not move. I could not get out of it.
Did you try teleporting?
Yes, it would. When you went onto the map to fast travel, it wouldn't let you do it.
Oh.
It was sort of it wasn't highlighted to do, so that was frustrating. Then I thought, I'll reload the previous save, and when I did that, it put me back to where I was on the fire pit. So I was like, oh my god, don't tell me this game is totally glitched on me and I can't, But I had to go back.
About 5 auto saves that it has.
Yeah, I had to go back to like the 5th auto save to do it, which wasn't too bad. I lost about half an hour, but it was better.
Still annoying.
Yeah, I didn't want to have to start that. I was no way I was going to start the whole game again, but.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it though, Peeps. I mean, you look at how many hours Darren's put into it, hundreds of hours. You know what I mean? And
on my Xbox stat actually the other week, and because when you go on your app on your phone, you can go on the game. It tells you how many hours you played, and
how many hours have you done
as well? Can I have a quick look at my?
Because I put just under 70 hours into it, and that was enough for me. But I haven't done the DLCs yet. I just can't be bothered at the minute with so many other games out.
The expansion's out in a couple of weeks, isn't it? Dawn of Ragnarok.
Oh my goodness!
I'm joking. There's more. I thought I was going to be able to delete it off my hard drive soon, but maybe not.
Yeah, but you've got to buy this expansion separately, haven't you? And it's like 30 quid or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about 30-something quid. Yeah, it's going to be quite hefty. I think it's going to come across 2 parts, but I noticed when I was looking today, because obviously on your dashboard it has like achievements pop up on your dashboard, and there was one for Valhalla, and I was like, what's that? I don't recognise that one. And I clicked on it, and they are live, like the achievements for the expansion.
Oh, okay.
One of those that had come up.
I'm just looking at my stats now. I've played it for 6 days, 5 hours. And I'm only ranked 8 out of 33. Let's see who's top, because my guess it's going to be, oh no, it's Trip McNeely's number 1, 21 days. Bloody Switch is number 2 with 20 days.
Bloody hell, that's insane.
I'm almost touching like 400 hours on my main save.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, it's well worth, it's well worth the money, really. Think how much is there. I mean, you've got the main game, what is obviously got Norway, England, Finland. You've even got Isle of Skye. I don't even know where that came from. Wasn't expecting that. Was that part of the main game? Or was that an update?
It was a free update that crosses over with Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh, right, yeah, because it was that. That was a nice.
It's worth going there because there's a ton of those opal in that zone as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it's really enjoying it. But yeah, like I say, nearly finished the Irish campaign, and then it's off to the Siege of Paris.
I liked the world or the area, in Ireland better than Paris, but the storyline in Paris is really good.
Oh, good. I look forward to that.
And it brings back a lot of the old school Assassin's Creed stuff as well, where you have to go and talk to people and gather information and sneak into places and wear disguises and snoop about. And then you get to sort of like do proper assassinations rather than just like your own ones. There are set ones you can actually do.
Into this week, so hoping to get probably get the Irish one finished, but it'll be start the French one. So yeah, but yeah, I was going to delete it. I'm glad you told me about the Ragnarok thing because I didn't know nothing about it. I was going to delete it off, so I'll keep that. I'll probably purchase that.
Yeah, it's out, I think, the first week of March.
Oh man, there's so many games out in March as well. I think this expansion is going to get lost for a lot of people. To be honest,
the next couple of weeks aren't going to be mental as well. So,
well, that's it. So, yeah.
Next was Hitman 3. And as long-term time listeners to remember, Hitman 2, my game of the year, whichever year it was.
Peeps, you keep cutting out, mate.
Do I?
Yeah, you're cutting out.
Just because these new earbuds.
That's Apple for you, mate, isn't it? Can hear you now, yeah.
It just might be the reception of the area you're in as well. Could be an issue.
If it keeps doing it, I'll have to go and get the some different headsets. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, right. Hitman 3.
Yep.
Which was slightly annoying because I purchased it in the Christmas sale, and then 3 or 4 weeks later they decided to put it on Game Pass.
It's always the way.
Mass Effect trilogy, legendary trilogy, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, exactly the same. Yeah, because that's on Game Pass as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like the Hitmans. But I put this because I've been playing Assassin's Creed so much. But I sort of hit a stumbling block on Hitman 3 where I did the first 2 missions, and I'm on the third one, which I was finding really, really difficult. So I've sort of put it down for a bit. But I will go back to it. I think it's like the nightclub in Berlin.
Right.
Anyone played it? It's really quite difficult. You have to go around and take out all the bodyguards or something, if I remember. I can't exactly remember. But
no, yeah,
the first 2 levels were really good. The Dubai, when you're in the big skyscraper thing, and then the second when you're in Dartmoor, the big stately home type mission. But they're just really, I mean, the graphics are great. It's really good the way so many different ways you can complete the levels, and there's like hundreds of challenges and objectives to do. It's quite a big and in-depth game. There's loads of things and side missions, and
I like how the levels are very open-ended and you can just kind of just do them any way you want, which is really good. So you have to do a lot of exploration in the levels to kind of figure out how to take your target out, and there's always multiple ways, like poisoning a drink, poisoning food, wait till they go to the toilet and strangle them or something like that. You know what I mean? There's all these different various ways. You've got to wear a lot of different disguises to get into different areas and stuff. The games are really, really good, and as you say, the graphics are stunning on these as well.
Yeah, they're really well done games, and they're not. You can't go in running. You have to take it. They're quite slow, methodical type games. You just have to go in, walk around, and and explore and figure out how you're going to do it. But yeah, really, I definitely will go back to that and finish it off.
Yeah, awesome, man. Yeah. So it was a bit of a shock when it came to Game Pass because it's the trilogy, isn't it? So you got Hitman 1, 2, and 3 all in one package. That's a lot of game to be on Game Pass, which I think is pretty good.
Yeah.
Is that the original Hitmans or the newer ones that they did?
It's the newer ones
that were kind of like the live servicey games.
Yeah. I think they might have remastered the first 2 because the graphics on all of them look really, really good.
I know they one of the newer ones, didn't they? They bundled in like content from the previous game or couple of games as well,
right?
And rejigged all the graphics and stuff on them. So it's probably that one.
I think Hitman 1 and 2, whatever. I think you can play them all through Hitman 3. I think like all the missions.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Cool, man. Yeah, it's really, really good. Really good game. What have you been playing, Peeps?
What else have I been playing? Well, I've done a bit of Kivo whoring on a couple of games.
Oh, I'm not shocked at all.
Townscaper, which I think done as well, Webby. I think that's on Game Pass, and it was just you build these houses and things, and it's actually quite a nice little therapeutic type game. I used to love building games back in the day, or SimCity. I mean, it's not like on the same level as SimCity type things. It's just a lot more basic, but it's just about building loads and loads of houses. But that's quite an easy 1000 G.
Yeah, you can get the 4,000 on that in under 10 minutes if you follow the guide. Yeah.
But yeah, nice little. It's a shame, really. Sometimes you just play them for the achievements, which I know I'm very guilty of, and you're sort of not appreciating the game for what it is. But I did quite like that game.
It's a weird one because it's like on this grid, like ocean or something, and then you like just build towns and stuff on it. It's very strange, but you could let your creativity loose on that game, really, couldn't you, and build some really cool things.
Yeah, it's colourful and enjoyed it. The Gunk. This was not really for the achievements. This was actually quite like the look of the game.
Yeah.
Anyone else played the Gunk?
Yeah, I completed it. I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah, it's quite a good little game. Yeah, you're just sort of going around on this alien planet type thing, sucking things up with your gun, and you can upgrade your gun and stuff. And quite a nice little. It's not too hard. Still got a good few achievements on it, but it's a great little game actually.
Yeah, it's not too long or anything like that. But the weird thing about it is, and I mentioned this on the podcast when I played it, is, it's got a really. You can tell it's an indie game because of the art style, and the gameplay is very simple because there isn't many different enemy types. And one of the things that made me laugh is when the two characters are talking to each other, the way their mouth moves, they look like puppets. The way that puppets' mouths move. Yeah, I just find that a little bit jarring at times, but it's one of those small kind of indie games that are well suited for Game Pass because, it's not one of those sort of games that I would have purchased, but I'm really glad that I checked it out on Game Pass because it was a lot of fun. It was a nice little puzzle game.
Yeah, it was good.
Cool. Is that it, Peeps? Any more?
Yeah, I got a few more.
You're sounding quite sleepy. Are you a bit hungover today?
Yeah, still a bit hungover. Too much today.
Oh dear.
I had a bit of a nap. Telling Lies, which is another Game Pass, and pretty much played it for the achievements again because it's follow a guide and you can get 4,000 on it. But it's actually quite a weird unique type game. You sort of, I think she's is she an FBI agent or something? She's on her laptop and you're basically just watching videos to figure out the clues and stuff. But you end up, there's a lot of videos on there to watch because there's an achievement for watching them all. So you just end up playing it and skipping, play, skip, play, skip. So you're not getting, again, guilty of playing it for achievements rather than the actual game. But quite an unusual type game. Anyone else played it?
No, I've not seen it. It looks, because it's one of those games that I saw it when it came out on PC a couple of years back, and I thought, this looks shite. It's just watching some videos, and then you click on some of the writing, and then you watch some more videos, and it's just like, oh, fucking can't be asked for this shit. I know Sly was playing it, and he was trying to complete a game of Solitaire, and he was moaning about it in the Discord, and it took him a couple of hours.
Yeah, because there's an achievement. Because obviously, basically, your screen turns into like a laptop screen. So you've got like your trashed files, and then you've got obviously you get Solitaire on every laptop, don't you? So there's an achievement for winning a game of Solitaire. So you can play Solitaire on it, and obviously some games can take a while. So and then you don't always win. So I managed to get that in about 20 minutes. That's probably the longest achievement to get. But yeah, that's it's one of the achievements for winning Solitaire, which he was struggling with. Yeah, he completes all these long ass games in like 10 hours, but he can't win a game of Solitaire.
Oh,
should have more patience.
Yeah. Oh well. You have been Chivo whoring, mate. There's quite a few games you've Chivo whored.
Yeah. I can never have Webby above me on the game score leaderboard, can I?
What was that? You completely cut out then.
You tailed off, yeah.
I said I can't have Webby above me in game score leaderboard.
I hardly get any Chivos these days anyway, mate, so you ain't got anything to worry about.
So, been playing a bit of Aliens Fire Team Elite. I got halfway through the game on my own, just playing with randos, and then Webby, me and you have been doing a couple of missions this week, haven't we?
Yeah.
I restarted it just to play it with.
Yeah, so the cool thing about, I'm a little bit annoyed, to be honest, because I bought this on Steam when it came out, and then within 6 months it's hit freaking Game Pass, isn't it? So I started it again, but the good thing is, right, the game isn't cross-play, but if you have it on Game Pass on your PC, you can play with your friends on the Xbox console, so there is a slight bit of cross-play in that regard, which is fantastic. So, yeah, so because I was initially, when it came out, I was playing it with Frosty, and then we kind of tailed off. And now, obviously, I've downloaded it onto my Game Pass on my PC, and I've been playing it with Beebs, and it's been quite good. But it's really, like, this game, it has some right difficulty spikes. Like, we were on one of the missions, and we got right to the end, and we just got overwhelmed, and it was me and Peebs and this stupid fucking AI dude, and we just got absolutely destroyed. And then it's like, oh, you've died, so you have to start the whole mission from the beginning. I was like, I can't be fucked with that.
Yeah, they are quite long missions, and there's no sort of checkpoints. If you die, you've got to start all over again, which is annoying.
Yeah.
There should be some checkpoints, really. But
Another game like that I've been playing this week.
Oh.
But overall, I don't think it's a massive game, is it?
No.
Because when it came out, it wasn't a full price title.
No, it was only like 25 quid or something like that.
Yeah, because I think I was halfway through. I think there's only like 3 or 4 missions, and then there's like 2 or 3 chapters to each mission type thing. But I think it's supposed to be aimed at replayability. Because I noticed some of the things don't unlock until you've completed the game and stuff. And it's ranking, isn't it? You can rank up your guns, and he's got a few different characters you can choose, like a doc, like medic and gunner. I think there's 3 or 4 that you can choose and then rank them up and stuff. But overall, I enjoy it. It's not the greatest. It's just like a Gears, isn't it? Slightly. It's just a run and gun cover.
Yeah.
I think the aliens have done well, and the sound's really good.
Yeah.
The sound like they didn't film the aliens do that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Big aliens. Alien. I think Alien, the first one, is probably quite overrated. Controversial, I know, but Alien.
I can't hear anything you're saying, Peebs. You keep on cutting out, mate.
All right, hold on. I'm just going to take these earbuds out then.
No.
Bloody Apple earbuds. Awful. You would have thought that they would have been right, because you see, like, on some of the news channels, when people interview people at home, they use those earbuds.
The quality's going to be a lot better, because I don't like using them big headphones. I've always got to charge them. Hold on.
Yeah, no, the way you was talking, it was like trying to keep someone conscious. And they keep slipping away.
Yes, it was,
Stay with us.
Come on, babe, stay alive. But yeah, we are, with Aliens, it is fun, and it is simple, right? It's literally go down some corridors, you kill a load of aliens, and there's going to be like an area which you got to defend. You put your defences down. It's a bit like Horde mode on Gears of War. But it all runs very smooth. It's just a shame about the difficulty spikes in certain areas and having to restart the whole level. I mean, the difficulty is nowhere near like Back for Blood, which I still haven't freaking fixed.
That might have been the game I played, possibly.
Yeah. So, but yeah. I mean, it's just one of those. The thing with Aliens, right? It's one of those games that if you got 3 of you, because it's 3-player co-op, you can just kind of mindlessly run around shooting aliens while you're just having a good old chit chat. You know what I mean? You haven't got to pay too much attention to it, and that's what's quite nice about it, to be honest. Are you back yet, Peebs?
Yes, can you hear me?
Oh, that's so much better. Yeah.
Well, you might get a bit of background noise.
We might as well start again from the top, yeah?
I'm just using
the shark game.
I'm just using the microphone on the actual iPad now, so.
Oh wow!
So hopefully you don't get any background noise. But yeah, Aliens, like I was saying, Alien, the sound and everything's like it's exactly the same as in the films. And I was saying the first Alien film, I think when I watched it again, well, not for a while, but I think it's quite overrated. I know it's controversial to say, but I think it's an overrated. It's a bit slow.
Yeah,
the original.
Yeah, the first one with John Hurt and the classic scene where the alien comes out.
They are kind of different films in a sense. They're both in the but the first film's far more of a suspense.
Yeah,
like a horror suspense film. The second one's more of an action.
Yeah, the second
movie.
One. I think the film The Thing's better than Alien.
Oh, I love The Thing. So good. Yes.
Didn't they do a game on The Thing?
Yes, on the original Xbox, and it was fantastic. It was really good.
I remember. Don't think I ever played it though.
Yeah, it was well good. Really, really good.
So yes, we plan on getting that done at some point. It's just obviously getting time because a lot of my gaming is done in the day on my days off, and then Webby's yours is done in the evening, isn't it? So it's trying to get.
Yeah, I know it's difficult, isn't it?
Schedule to fit, but I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
I downloaded a couple of games in the sale. There's a sale on it at the minute. And these games I've never heard of, but they were so cheap. I think I got this one for £1.80. It was called Die for Valhalla.
Oh, it sounds awful.
It's not too bad. It's like I won't say Castle Crashers because I've never really played it, but it's like a scroll. It's obviously set in the Viking era, and it's like I don't know, cartoony style graphics. In the same style as what was that like World War II game side scroll?
Letters from Home or something, wasn't it like that?
Yeah, yes, it's something like that. I can't remember. It's bloody cool, but it's still in that sort of cartoony style. But yeah, it's just go around and it's just like a hack and slash type game, going around killing these Vikings and stuff. It's like I say, it's £1.80. So for even if it's crap, it's like less than £1, less than a pint, So, but yeah, it's not too bad. Achievements are a bit stingy, but I think they're doable.
Clarky mentioned it. Valiant Heart is the game. Yes.
That's it.
That was a wicked game as well, Valiant Heart.
That was a good game, yes. It was a good game. But yeah, it's doing that sort of style graphics. I don't know if you've got it on the Twitch channel. I'm not watching Twitch, but yeah,
I need more viewers, Peeps. Come on.
I need to. I want to go on there now. Yeah, so you can see the sort of style of graphics it is, but
cool, mate. Yeah, it looks all right. I'm surprised you didn't pick up Cobra Kai because I'm sure that's on sale. I picked that up on Steam, dirt cheap.
Yeah, I have actually I've looked at it a couple of times, and it's still quite. I mean, how big is that game? Because it's quite a pricey game.
It's quite a lot to it. There's a lot to it. Yeah.
Didn't Dante pick it up? I know someone did.
Yeah, I mean, I got it on the PC for £2. So
I played it a few weeks ago. It went down to £8 on Xbox.
How much?
It went down to about £8 on Xbox.
Oh, that's worth it. That's way worth it. Yeah.
I missed that then because I have I do want to play that, and I've been looking, and every time I looked, it was like about £23. I thought it was a bit pricey.
I think that's the first time that went on sale on the console.
Chuck it in your wish. Yeah, put it in your wish list. That way you get like a little notification for when something in your wish list's on sale.
I think they do that on Xbox. So they do it on Nintendo. I know they do it on Switch, but I don't think they do it on PlayStation or Xbox.
Oh, usually when I go to my wish list, all the things in there, and it will tag like certain items are on sale currently.
Okay. Nice. All right. Well, she played Peebs.
The other cheap game I got off that same sale is called Guns, Gore and Cannelloni.
I've heard of this.
What?
It's a gangster game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a gangster side-scrolling shooter. It's I think this was about £3, but I just like this. Again, it's the graphic style dragged me in, and it just looked quite good and quite funny. So I've not played too much of that, to be fair. But yeah, it's just like a run and gun. You get different weapons, and it's done in 1920 sort of Al Capone gangster era type thing. It's quite good. But yeah, I've not played too much of it, so can't really give a good review of it type thing. But I don't know if that sale's still on, but I can't remember what the sale was called now. You know, they do all these like anime
I know you mean,
or indie sale. They didn't cost me anything, even though they were cheap. I used my Bing points.
Woohoo! Got to be done, mate. Got to use them on something.
Yeah, I've done the thing on my Xbox now where you can auto redeem. So every time I get, I think it's 5,500 points for a £5 on Xbox store. So I've got it on the auto renew. So every time I get to that point, it automatically puts the £5 into my account. So I might just let that build up, and then I can get a big purchase.
Yeah,
it works out. I've been getting about £5 a month, so it's worth doing. You just got to be.
All adds up.
It's annoying when you forget. It's annoying when you forget when your day's streak, which I did yesterday because I was out all day. I forgot all about it.
No, you should do it first thing in the morning when you're on the bog.
Yeah, well, that's quite a good segue actually, because my next game is my new bog game.
Oh God!
It's taken over from Gears Plot. It's the Microsoft Solitaire collection. It's Clark who got me onto this.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Years.
He mentioned it in the Discord, and it's got like loads of achievements. It's got like 1,800 game score on it. But you have to sink a lot of hours into it. But yeah, it's when you're on the bog, game of Solitaire. There's a few different games of Solitaire, and there's these other ones. But I know how to play Solitaire, but I don't know how to play these other games. But I'm sure I'll figure them out. But yeah, that will just be my next game now for the.
Well, Clarky's just mentioned in the Twitch chat that he is 2 days away from 2 years solid of doing his Bing dailies.
He's worse than I am. That's
wow.
We laugh. He's probably had about 3 games for free.
Well, yeah. That's really worth doing because you can build them up. Because obviously it's not just the Bing points on the internet. You do all your challenges on the Xbox as well, and they're always doing extra things like polls and all sorts where you can get more points. But like I say, I've worked out I get about £5 a month. So you had that over a year, you know.
Yep. Very nice.
Money off games.
Yep.
And then we did a bit of Halo, didn't we? On the Gamer Night Friday. Me, you, and a couple of guys jumped in. Gavlar and Arctic Jaeger, is it?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
Yeah, so we had a full squad on that and a few hours on that, didn't we?
Well, I was really happy about that because that's actually the first time I've had a full squad on Halo Infinite since it's come out. So that was really good because we did a few different game modes. We didn't do any big team battle, but we did, the quick match one, and then we did the one which changes your weapons every time you respawn, which was a lot of fun. And we won a lot of matches, which was really good because we're all talking and doing a little bit of tactics. Yeah.
It's still good, isn't it? It's just like I say, it's how it's dropped off is quite disappointing.
Yeah, but as I say, like I do think some of that has to do with Game Pass, and I'm not slagging off Game Pass at all because I think it's very good value for money. But the thing that I have noticed since people have been signing up to Game Pass is I feel that people are seeing the games as more throwaway because they're not shelling out the 50 quid for the game. You think back in the day, you'd buy Halo for 50 quid. It's more of an incentive to spend a bit more time on it and to make the most out of the multiplayer. Whereas now, I look at my friends list, I've got over 400 people on my friends list. I hardly see anyone playing Halo or Forza, and they're going to be the two big bangers on Game Pass at the moment.
Yeah.
And hardly any fuckers playing them. It's crazy.
How we said it the other day, didn't we, Podge? How many people are actually playing games? Hardly any. They're all watching Netflix, YouTube, Disney Plus.
Yeah.
You know, you go down scroll down your friends list, and hardly anyone's playing bloody games.
It's because everyone's got old and boring. I think that's the problem. It is, Matt, because on Friday, because we were laughing, weren't we? Because we were both flicking down our friends lists, and both of us were like, "Fucking, how many people are watching YouTube? It seems to be the most popular thing that people are doing on their Xbox these days. It's crazy." Yeah. But I do think I need to have a little bit of a clear out on my friends list because, like, I'd say like 90% plus of people on there just don't game with, you know. And I just look at my friends list and it just depresses me that like, I've got all these people on my friends list and no one actually plays any fucking games. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a shame.
But we had But we had a good time on Friday. You know, I was really happy with that. You know, because the night before I played some Forza and it was only me and Venom, and I was a little bit disappointed it was only us two. But so Friday kind of redeemed itself a little bit.
It's a tough one with old Game Pass because, like you say, I love it because obviously you can play a lot of games you would never have played. But it's a weird one because, like you say, the games are more throwaway. So like. People just think, oh, I don't need to, you know, play that so much now because I can just go back to it any time type thing. And it's like with the Hitman and like Nick says with the Mass Effect, you know, is it going to now stem game sales because people are going to be like, oh, well, I'm not going to buy it day one because it might be on Game Pass in a few months.
Yep,
there's already a lot of people I know with Xboxes who don't actually buy games anymore, full stop.
Yeah, I must admit, Yeah, I mean, I bought a game on disc. Well, Valhalla was the last game I bought. I think that and Cyberpunk were the two games I bought on disc. Everything else I do digitally or Game Pass.
Yeah,
but it's a good thing, and I don't want to sound like stunty slagging it off because it's normally only the PlayStation fanboys that slag Game Pass off. So I'm a supporter of it. But yeah, I can see why people do moan about it. But
yeah, but also the thing with Game Pass, and this is just my opinion, I do think Game Pass is lacking, you know, those good quality AAA big games because we've got Halo and Forza, but all the other big titles that are on there are really, really old. So, and anything new that comes out is either an indie game or just isn't very good. And I do think that that's a serious issue with Game Pass. I mean, it's got a lot of games, but I do think some of that is quantity over quality, which I'll be talking about. Another game in my games played, which is definitely not quality. So you know, and don't get me wrong, I think Game Pass is good value for money, especially for those people that haven't played a lot of the old games. But for someone like me, who's played all of the big hitters in the last 10 years or so anyway, there's very few big hitters that I want to play on Game Pass these days, which is why I'm spending a lot of time on my PlayStation and my PC at the moment. And I'm saying I will come back to Game Pass for some future titles, I'm sure, but it just feels like this year, personally, I feel is a bit more of PlayStation's year for games if you're comparing Microsoft and PlayStation, whereas I think next year we will start to see the big hitters come out for Xbox because, you know, they've bought a lot of studios, a lot of the games are still in development. you know, and I think we'll start seeing those games come out next year because, you know, a lot of the games that are going to come out this year have been delayed till next year anyway. So.
Yeah, and then obviously they've got the Call of Duties could be going straight to Game Pass next year, couldn't they?
Yeah. Well, I think they will, but you know, a little bit of news that come out about that though is Microsoft has said they're going to keep Call of Duty multi-platform.
Yeah.
Which I'm not surprised about because they're just, you know, it's money at the end of the day. But yeah, keeping it, if they have it on Game Pass and they're charging 70 quid for it on PlayStation, that's gonna look like a good value proposition to bring some people over to Xbox, maybe. You know?
Yeah. Be
apparently a load of we'll call them, like, I suppose, fanboys weren't too happy with that news, and they were sending horrible messages to
stupid. What's the point in that?
People. I can understand it in the sense of, like, because there's a lot of us looking at some of these acquisitions lately, and it's like, right, if you're still putting the games across all the platforms, why are you even fucking buying this company?
I don't know. I mean, you look at Minecraft as a primary example, right? Microsoft bought that, and they've kept that on all platforms, and it's made them so much money.
That does make sense. But usually, like, if you're going back to, like, the good old days of gaming, the golden era, if you bought companies, you bought them to have them on your console. You didn't buy them to put them on everything.
Well, I think, you know, gaming has changed a lot, especially in the last 10 years or so. I mean, one of the things that sticks out to me more than most Brits, obviously being a baseball fan, is MLB The Show. You know, it's made by a Sony-owned studio, yet that game is now out on Xbox and Nintendo Switch this year. Yeah? And that's a Sony-owned game. So it's very odd, you know, when you're loading up a game on your Xbox and the first thing that pops up on your screen is Sony Studios. It's like, you know, so it is Microsoft. And I think the future is going to be Microsoft and Sony just pretty much just pumping out most of the games on every platform. And platforms aren't going to matter as much which platform you own, because you got crossplay now. You get most games on whichever system you own anyway. Like, the whole platform of choice thing is kind of becoming redundant, to be honest.
Well, that's where the exclusives used to matter.
Yeah, and they
because
do.
You can only play this game on this, and this is where obviously, Sony kind of still has that edge, and like.
But for how much longer though?
Sticking some of their stuff onto the PC, but at the same time, they aren't giving them to them day one, so they are still giving people an incentive to actually own their other system.
Yeah,
if they want to play the game when it actually comes out.
Yeah, most definitely. Cool beans. Is that all you played, Peebs?
Well, just standard FIFA. I did download Mortal Kombat 2. I think that was from Game Pass. Played a bit of that because I used to love that back in the day, but for some reason it lets me play the I don't know whether the campaign's locked on Game Pass, because I can only play Versus and the online. I can't go into the campaign. It's like blacked out for some reason.
Oh.
So I don't know if it's locked for Game Pass or you have to purchase the game to do that. I don't know whether it was a glitch. I don't know. I haven't researched it. I haven't played too much on there, but yeah, I know. I know it's been a while, but me, you, and Stunty were playing Back for Blood, weren't we?
It was ages ago.
Yeah, because we never did. Well, I did complete it in the end. I had to go in with some randoms because that last level was donk, weren't it? we must have tried it for about 5 nights on the trot, didn't we?
Yeah.
We just could not do it.
Yeah.
It was rock hard. But it's funny that actually what reminded me is because I've just switched my Xbox on and it's coming up for an update for Back for Blood.
Yeah, there was a new update released for it this week, which is why I played it. So it's supposed to have added a load of fixes to the game, and they've changed some of the effects on certain cards, because obviously there was a lot of cards in the game where it's kind of like this card lets you carry more ammo, but we're going to cut your legs off, kind of a thing. Like, where they just had like really horrible negative effects to them, where you just think, I ain't fucking equipping that then. especially in the game which literally just like takes you beyond the bushes and gives you severe buggery constantly. You're kind of like, anything that's going to give me forms of protection against that, I want. So I don't want things that are going to hammer my resistance down, etc. So I went in this week because they were doing a like double supply points Valentine's special sort of thing. So you can kind of earn double the supply points, and now you can actually earn supply points for failed missions.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that's good, because there's nothing worse than rubbing your head down an Artex wall and getting nothing out of it at the end for sort of like half an hour. At least this way you think to yourself, oh, I'll get a couple of battle points out of it, which will be something. And literally that's all you get, a fucking couple. Because I jumped on there with my mate, because I'm on the second to last level.
Right.
And every time it's just all the way to the end bit, dead. All the way to the end bit, dead. Every fucking run. Like, you'll probably remember it. You've got to run through a medical compound pushing electric gates, which take ages to open. Whilst infinite spawning zombies are rushing you, full of acid that explode and chuck acid all over the floor. So, like, in the last run I did, there was all four of us. I opened the supply door or whatever it is with the lockpick at the end. And we all at the end, full health, full ammunition, went into that. We were all down within 30 seconds.
Ugh, it's fucking redundant.
And we all had pipe bombs and other stuff. And it was just like, what is this game? What is the balancing in this game? Yeah. It just literally makes no sense whatsoever. Like they say they've slowed down the spawn rate of the specials. They fucking haven't.
Ugh.
They literally haven't. Like, you're constantly getting shot or attacked by at least 2 or 3 at a time. And then as soon as you're down one, you turn around and then there's another one sitting on your face. And you're like, oh yeah. And then when we come out of it, I was like, hey, we get some battle points. Oh, 6! 6 battle points.
Oh, aren't they being generous?
For 50 minutes of my game playing life. 6 battle points. What can I spend that on? Oh, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
So
it's like someone basically fucking after your rigid fucking buggering round back of the thing, just going, here's a little bit of Savalon on your sphincter, mate. Cheers.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I just want to say hello to We Are Gamers, Clarky and Dazpoz in the Twitch chat. Hello and welcome. So this is one of the things that I find very frustrating about Back for Blood. I mean, myself, Peebs and Stunty got to the very last level and we just can't complete it at all because you get to the final boss and sometimes you die as soon as you go down this like slidey tube thing. And then you have to start the whole freaking level again. And we've been waiting for the game to be balanced for months now, and it sounds like that hasn't happened. So I'm just gonna fucking delete the shite, I think.
I think it will get fixed eventually. Yeah.
They
What's
have.
That, sorry?
What's that, Nick?
So yeah, they have balanced it. They've made it even harder.
Because I do laugh, because you'll go into various comments about people go, oh, I've completed it on this difficulty, you're just shit or whatever, to other people that are saying it's too hard. And I'm like, no, you literally need to be in some of the games I'm in, mate, because there's no fucking hope.
Yeah.
Like, everyone in the game with us at the time is literally like, what were we supposed to do there? What were we supposed to do against that? That is ridiculous. And I'm like, exactly. And I said, like, this is, like, I've been through, like, Left 4 Dead on multiple difficulties or anything. And then this game, you can't even finish the fucking thing.
Yeah.
On the easiest setting.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Like, it's a really good game as well. That's what's annoying about it, because you'll have loads of fun going through most of these levels until you meet, like, literally just the iron wall of, like, you cannot pass. And then all of a sudden you're left going, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, back to the beginning again, is it? Cheers, game.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. And that's why I fell off it.
Like, let's try again, boys. And then someone's like, no, I'm calling it. Bye. Like, I can't be bothered.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because it just gets frustrating, you know. Once you've done it like 4 or 5 times, just like I'm wasting my time here. It's pointless. You know what I mean? I could be doing something productive, like completing a game that's actually decent. You know.
And then the funny thing is usually on your second row out or go out, someone's been downed like literally within the first few minutes of the game, and someone else is being dragged off, and then you turn around, someone's been covered in acid, and they've got a hold on them, and you're like, oh, this is going well.
Yeah.
It was just me last night out on the piss.
I get like the whole random thing is cool, like where they have all the different items spread out and randomized throughout the maps and everything, but this must be one of the reasons why they haven't released any of the DLCs yet, because there's supposed to be DLC campaigns and characters and other stuff coming to the game.
No, I can't imagine there's much of a player base left. Surely.
Well, no, this is the struggle. All the time, the game is unbalanced and stuff. Like, there's no one playing it. Like, their numbers must be down. And even when they like released their patch update thing, you only see like maybe 1,000 at the most liking the tweet.
Yeah, I think the game's pretty much dead now, isn't it? To be fair. It's been out. They didn't fix it quick enough. I mean, it's been out for ages now, isn't it?
Well, they haven't fixed it full stop.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Because the potential, there is a game in there somewhere. The potential, but yeah,
there's a really good game in there somewhere.
Well, and it's just frustrating, and it was 2021 all over, wasn't it? Every game that came out was just a fucking disappointment, and this was another one of them, which is such a shame, because obviously it has that pedigree of the Left 4 Dead team, and I remember having great times on that game, and was expecting great things from this, and it's just such a shame. Really disappointed.
Yeah.
Still got great gunplay and things like that in it.
Yeah, it's just the difficulty.
It's picking up shape and everything. And they have added, you can earn achievements. Yeah.
Sweet.
You can earn achievements in it, yeah, like solo now and everything, so. I
was going to say, it's on like hot UK deals all the time for like 15 quid and less on both platforms. There's practically giving it away.
Yeah.
Which is annoying, because you're kind of like, I don't want this game to die off. I want them to fix it. I don't want this to be another, because this is the same developers that made Evolve.
Oh yeah,
which
shit!
Just tripped over its own shoelaces at the starting gun and never got back up.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of abandoned it, and it just went away.
Well, they might do the same with this then, unfortunately, if that's the sort of studio they are. Oh, it's a shame.
So yeah, because I've still got that on my hard drive.
Oh, you might as well just fucking delete it, mate.
I've got the season pass.
Oh my goodness.
No, I still wanted to go back to it and play a bit more, but I was hoping, for better things with the update. And but
it's a freebie still on Game Pass, isn't it? So at least that in that sense.
Yeah. And I'm still trying to source a PlayStation 5. Can't get one anywhere.
You're not trying hard enough, Peebs.
I'm probably not. No, I mean, like I said to you, they're still going for $650 in CEX, and that's second hand.
Yeah,
I've got 100. I know, I won't do it, but one option was I was going to because I've got £100 voucher for CEX. I was going to use that and sell my PlayStation. I don't know how much I'd give you for my PlayStation 4. Probably not too much, but I've got a limited edition Uncharted PlayStation 4. And I was going to take that with my 100, and then obviously that probably did bring it down to what they are normally, $450, and then pay that. But I ain't going to do that, because I don't want a second-hand one. I'd rather I want a brand new one. But it's just so annoying. I just can't get one anywhere at the minute. But like you say, I've reinstalled Hotstock, because I used that for the Xbox.
Yeah.
And I managed to get one, so I'll re-download that and see if I can get one.
Yeah, a lot of people have either got them either through some of the apps, or like heads up of stock drops, or through friends or people they know.
Yeah. And that's it then, really.
Oh, well, Peeps, you've been talking for nearly an hour, mate.
Yeah.
Well done.
I'll see you in a year's time.
All right, mate. To listen to the rest of this week's episode, which is almost 3 hours long, then you need to subscribe to the Patreon. Please visit patreon.com/360gamercast. There you can sign up from as little as £5 a month, and you get a show every single week of the year and any special shows that we do, and we do have some more in the pipeline which will be going out very, very soon. The only other way to listen is to listen live, so tune in at twitch.tv/webby360g, 8:30pm GMT every single Sunday. You can listen to every single show live and for free, and you get to tune in to the chat, engage, ask questions, and they will all be answered. So those are your options. Hope to see you there.